9 habits older guys have that younger women secretly hate. The truth about why younger women are attracted to older men. You've probably heard it before. Younger women are drawn to older men. And yeah, there's some truth to that. Experience, maturity, stability, those are attractive traits. But here's the catch. Just being older isn't enough. Attraction might get your foot in the door, but what keeps it open is how you show up. See, a lot of men in their 30s, 40s, even 50s make the mistake of thinking that their age alone is the charm. But in reality, certain habits, often small, even well-intentioned, can quietly sabotage your chances without you even realizing it. These are things that feel normal to you, maybe even polite or respectful, but to her, they signal insecurity, inauthenticity, or disconnection. So in this video, I'm breaking down 7 common mistakes older men make with younger women, and more importantly, how to avoid them. Because when you understand what really matters to her, not just age, but how you carry it, you can build something real, something deeper than surface level charm. Let's dive in. Number 1, insecurity about your age. Let's talk about one of the biggest silent deal breakers, being insecure about your age. Now I get it. As men, we've been subtly taught that youth equals value. So when you're dating someone younger, it's tempting to joke about your age, downplay it, or even act a little nervous when it comes up. But here's the truth. It's not your age that turns her off. It's your attitude about it. You see, younger women are often attracted to older men because of what age can represent: confidence, emotional maturity, life experience, stability. But when you constantly bring up how old you are, or say things like, "I'm probably too old for this," you're signaling discomfort, not wisdom. And discomfort is not attractive. Instead, own your age. Embrace it. If it comes up, smile and say something like, "Hey, I'm like a good bottle of wine. Aging just adds value." And then move on. Because what truly matters isn't the number, it's how you carry it. Confidence isn't pretending to be younger. It's being completely at peace with where you are, and letting that speak for itself. Number 2, bragging about money or status. Here's a harsh truth most men learn the hard way. Flashing your wealth doesn't make you more attractive. It often does the opposite. Now look, there's nothing wrong with being successful. In fact, younger women often do appreciate the stability and confidence that come with a man who's built something for himself. But the moment you start leading with your car, your bank account, or your job title, it stops being about connection and starts feeling like a sales pitch. Think about it. If you talk more about what you have and who you are, what message are you really sending? That money is your main value? That without it, you wouldn't be enough. Real attraction isn't built on impressing, it's built on relating. Instead of saying, "I make a lot of money," say something like, "I've been fortunate to build a career I love. It keeps me driven." Let your success speak quietly. Let your character do the heavy lifting. Because here's the secret. Authenticity will always outshine flash. And if she's the kind of woman worth your time, she's not looking for a paycheck. She's looking for a partner. Number 3, putting her on a pedestal. Here's a subtle mistake that feels romantic on the surface, but quietly pushes her away. Putting her on a pedestal. Now, don't get me wrong. Compliments are great. Appreciation is necessary. But when every word out of your mouth is praise, when you treat her like she's flawless, like she can do no wrong, it doesn't make her feel special. It makes her feel pressure. Why? Because no one wants to be idealized. No one wants to live up to some fantasy version of themselves. Deep down, she wants to be seen, not as a perfect goddess, but as a real human being. When you overglorify her, you're not building connection. You're building distance. And even worse, it can come off as insecure, like you don't believe you're good enough. So you're trying to win her over with worship instead of presence. Here's a better way. Compliment what's real. Her insight, her sense of humor, the way she sees the world. Let her know you admire her, but also show her that you see her as an equal. Because true connection doesn't happen when you put someone above you. It happens when you meet them where they are. Number 4, trying too hard to seem young. Let's be honest, nothing kills attraction faster than trying too hard to be someone you're not. And for older men dating younger women, this usually shows up as trying way too hard to seem young. Maybe it's squeezing into clothes meant for a 25-year-old, or forcing yourself to use slang that doesn't feel natural, or pretending to love trends, music, or apps you don't even enjoy, just to fit in. Sound familiar? Here's the thing. Younger women aren't drawn to you because they want a guy who acts like he's still in college. They're drawn to what younger guys often lack: maturity, confidence, emotional steadiness. So when you start chasing youth instead of owning your age, you actually throw away the very thing that made you attractive in the first place. Authenticity is magnetic. Instead of trying to blend in, stand out by being grounded in who you are. Dress in a way that reflects your style, not TikTok trends. Speak like yourself. Share what genuinely interests you. Because when you're truly comfortable in your own skin, you don't need to prove anything. And that quiet confidence, it's irresistible. Number 5, acting like a know-it-all. You might think you're helping. Maybe you're just trying to share your experience. But here's the cold truth. If every time she shares something, you jump in with corrections, advice, or your better version of the story, you're not connecting. You're lecturing. And trust me, no one wants to feel like they're being graded during a conversation, especially not on a date. Younger women don't need to be impressed by how much you know. What they crave is to be heard, respected, and treated as equals. When you constantly position yourself as the authority, it creates an imbalance. It subtly says, I know more, I'm above you. And even if you don't mean it that way, it still feels condescending. You've got experience. Great. Use it to create space for her voice, not to dominate the conversation. Instead of responding with actually, or let me tell you how it really is, try asking, that's interesting. How did you come to think that? Be curious, not corrective, because real confidence isn't about being the smartest person in the room. It's about being secure enough to listen. Number 6, being overly polite and cautious. Respect is essential, no doubt about it. But here's where a lot of older men get it wrong. They confuse being respectful with being overly polite, overly formal, and overly careful. You know the type. Saying please and thank you after every sentence. Speaking like you're in a job interview, afraid to crack a joke or show any edge. And while it might seem like gentlemanly behavior, here's what it often does. It makes the whole interaction feel stiff, unnatural, and even a little awkward. Younger women want to feel like they're talking to a real person, not someone walking on eggshells. If you're too cautious, you come off as nervous. If you're too formal, you come off as distant. Here's the truth. Confidence doesn't whisper, it breathes easily. It shows up in relaxed conversation, in laughter, and the ability to speak freely without second-guessing every word. So be kind, yes. Be respectful always. But don't forget to be yourself. Let your natural personality come through. If something's funny, laugh. If you've got an opinion, share it. Let her see the man, not just the manners. Because chemistry doesn't come from caution. It comes from connection. Number 7, neglecting personal grooming. Let's get brutally honest. How you take care of yourself says everything about how you carry yourself. And one of the biggest turnoffs for younger women? A man who clearly just stopped trying. We're not talking about looking like a model or chasing every trend. But if your beard is scruffy in the wrong way, your clothes are wrinkled, your breath is questionable, or your nails look like you've been digging trenches, it sends a loud message. I don't care. And if you don't care about you, why should she? Here's the truth. Grooming isn't vanity, it's self-respect. A well-trimmed beard, clean clothes that fit right, fresh breath, neat hair. These things don't take much, but they matter. They show effort. They show pride. And most importantly, they show that you value the time and energy you're investing in this connection. Remember, attraction is multisensory. A clean, confident appearance creates comfort, and comfort builds chemistry. So take the extra 5 minutes. Press the shirt, trim the beard, upgrade the cologne, not to impress her, but to reflect who you really are. A man who respects himself and respects her time. Number 8, making the relationship feel like a transaction. There's a subtle trap older men can fall into. treating the relationship like a transaction instead of a connection. You might not even realize you're doing it. Maybe you're thinking, I've got stability, I've got experience, I can provide, and yes, those things matter. But if your energy says, I offer this, so you should give me that, you've already lost her. Younger women aren't looking to be bought. They're looking to feel something, genuine emotion, curiosity, mutual respect. If every date feels like you're trying to win her with dinners, gifts, or favors eventually, it all starts to feel hollow. Here's the shift. Don't lead with what you can give. Lead with who you are. Show her your sense of humor, your passion for life, your values. Let her feel why you're someone worth being around, not because of what you own, but because of the energy you bring. When she feels you're connecting with her, not buying her attention, you create something money can't touch. Real chemistry. Number 9. Losing your edge. Becoming too comfortable too soon. There's something that happens once you start hitting it off. You relax. You get comfortable. That's natural. But here's the warning sign. If you get too comfortable, too fast, you lose your edge. You stop leading the energy. You stop flirting. You stop being intentional. Instead, things become routine, predictable, even dull. And for a younger woman looking for a dynamic connection that can feel like the spark just vanished, here's the truth. Confidence isn't just how you show up in the beginning. It's how you maintain presence over time. Stay playful. Stay curious. Keep doing small things that show desire and initiative. Don't fall into lazy dating just because the vibe is going well. Think about it. When was the last time you planned something exciting? Teased her playfully? Surprised her with a spontaneous moment? You don't need to perform. You just need to stay engaged. Because when a woman feels like you're still choosing her, still pursuing her, she'll want to keep showing up too. The power of self-aware attraction. Here's the truth, fellas. Being older isn't a disadvantage. It's a superpower if you know how to use it. You've lived. You've learned. You carry experience, strength, emotional depth. All things most younger men haven't developed yet. But those qualities only shine when you let go of the habits that dim them. Insecurity, trying too hard, playing roles that aren't you. Attraction isn't about tricks. It's not about pretending to be younger, richer, or cooler than you are. It's about being rooted, grounded in who you are, and unapologetically confident in the man you've become. So take a moment. Look at the mistakes we've unpacked in this video. If you saw yourself in one or two, or maybe even all of them, that's not failure. That's awareness. And awareness is where real change begins. Because when you show up as your full, authentic self, polished, present, and powerful, you don't chase connection. You attract it. If this hit home for you, do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment below. Let me know which of these mistakes you've encountered or conquered. More powerful insights are coming your way soon, so stick around. Until next time, be bold, be intentional, and lead with who you truly are.